Hey trainers, Poke Dad here, and this evening I'm flying solo on this one, and I want to talk about kind of what happened in the matchup with Johnny Ing and Hunter Butler. We had another case of cheating with Greninja, and this time it was Johnny Ing, and the way he manipulated the time and the rules, uh, he was assessed a prize penalty, and it was that extreme because this was the third instance through the tournament that this occurred, that him slow playing. And I don't know who the first time was, but it's come out that in round 8 he faced John Roberts, and he slow played John Roberts too, and it ended up costing John Roberts a top 32 day 2 spot. And here he is. This is round 10, I believe, and he's in a situation. This is where I'm going to start the clip is in the middle of game 2, and Hunter had just won the first one, and so John is like going as fast as possible to try to win this one and possibly set up super quick for game 3 and win it as well. So I'm going to show you this clip. This is him at the start of his turn. Hunter just did a flying flip, and so they're placing damage counters. And I'm going to try to explain it the best I can of how exactly he slow played, because there is some discrepancy. It is kind of what's the word? Like, it could be subjective how he slow played, but when you think about how the game of Pokemon is played, then it's pretty easy to tell what he was doing, and it becomes very, very apparent. So I'm gonna hit play here, and it's about to be the beginning of his turn. And after he plays this turn, I'm gonna pause it, and then I'm gonna skip forward to game 3, and you're gonna see kind of the difference in the style of game he plays versus what you're about to see on this turn right here. So here we go. Spreading the damage counters, draws a card. He's got Sycamore, so he field blowers, quickly evolves to Greninja, attaches water, Sycamore's Tapu Fini, and another Sycamore. And so here we go. I'm going to pause it. He just played Evosoda. Okay, he played Evosoda to get the Greninja out. And I'm going to turn it loose. Play. He starts to shuffle, and then he realizes, oh, I'm going back in. So he plays a second Evosoda. So let me, this is important. So let me just rewind so we can watch it again. Evolves, attaches water, Sycamores. Now super quick, we see that he has the 2 Evosodas right there in his hand. Okay? So, plays Evosoda. Goes to the discard. He's searching for Greninja. Quickly grabs it. Puts it on top. Starts to shuffle, and then he remembers, I have another Evosoda. So at that point, he's telling Hunter, I'm not going to fully shuffle because I'm going back in order to save time. Because Evosoda reads, you can grab a Pokemon to evolve as long as it's not your turn 1. So he can grab Greninja, or he could have grabbed Frogadier if he had one to evolve Froakie. So, or a Greninja break if this was already into play. So the action of Evosoda, and it says afterwards, shuffle your deck. You, by the rule book, in the ruling of the card, you should shuffle. But in competitive Pokemon, if you can save actions in order to advance the board state and save time, then you do that. It's just simpler. It's no different than if he played Brooklet Hill, searched for Froakie, and then put his deck sideways. Most of the time they'll put their deck sideways like his cards are right here. They'll put the deck sideways to signify I'm not shuffling, it's not ready to be cut or tap, I'm going back in. So like if he played Brooklet Hill to get Froakie and then he played Ultra Ball, he would just go back in. Then after the Ultra Ball, if he's not going to go back in his deck, then at that point he would shuffle and offer it up to his opponent to cut or tap. So here we go. He starts to shuffle, realizes, oh, I got another Evisota, let me play, go back in. And at that point, he shuffles because there's no other reason to go back in his deck. You see the speed, you see how quick it shuffles, quickly looks.
Even with that though, like,
quick glance at the discard, knows he wants to retreat. He's going in for a Moonlight Slash or a Shadow Stitch.
he pressures that Frogadier to basically
He's deciding whether he wants to Moonlight Slash with the energy on, or retrieve the energy to do 20 more damage, or to just do Shadow Stitch. He's checking the discard. All this is fine. Moonlight Slash for 80. Okay. So, you saw the speed. You saw that he was taking shortcuts. In other words, these aren't bad shortcuts. They're not illegal shortcuts. So the word shortcuts just kind of mean, you know, when you first hear that, oh, he's cutting corners. It's in a good way. He's trying to get a third game. So, and he's playing the same speed that he played in game 1. So let's fast forward to 42 minutes. Bear with me one quick sec. This is going to be the start of game 3, and I'm just going to let it run, and I'll kind of explain as we go along here. They're both wanting to finish this game 3. You see how fast they're flipping, they're looking, drawn, putting down a Rangaroo, attaching. Should I play in? Should I play Ultra Ball? Pass. Quickly passes. John, not the ideal hand, so he's a little more cautious. Right now he doesn't have much going on in his hand. So he just benches Feeny, and there's really not much else he can do at this point. He can attach Splash just to keep it from going to the discard pile. It would come back into his hand. Now he's deciding, do I Sycamore, attach Choice Band? Then he's probably going to Cynthia, because he doesn't want to draw Choice Bands. Choice Band's a dead card in this matchup. So he's still playing at a really good speed, not doing anything illegal yet. And technically, you have 15 seconds per action. So if he wanted to, let me pause this real quick. So if he wanted to, in technical terms, he could take 15 seconds to put down that Splash energy. He could take 15 seconds to put down Choice Band. He could take 15 seconds to put down Cynthia. He could take 15 seconds to shuffle his deck. And so on. As long as he's within 15 seconds. But your opponent's going to start getting smart to that, because eventually, hopefully your opponent, or if you're the opponent, you're going to start counting how long it's taking him to make a decision or an action, and then you're going to call for the judge. We'll get into how you handle this situation towards the end of the video, but right now I just want to kind of, this will give you an idea of what to watch for, so this doesn't happen to you. So, he's Cynthia, not much going on. He's got a Brooklet Hill if he wants to put that. So now he can Brooklet Hill. And I don't think he's going to go back in after. It's okay, your first search of the game, you can take a little longer than 15 seconds. That's known. You're going to search for what's prized, what resources you have. So taking a minute, even 2 minutes to search on your first search of the game, not a big deal. Everybody does it. It's not a big deal. So he goes for a bubble, tails, so there's no paralyzation. Hunter is in turbo mode, attaching DCE, quickly gets the Giratina. Now John's worried. This card really, really hurts John's deck. The Giratina promo, it shuts off the brakes, so he can't giant water shuriken. So let's kind of see how he reacts to seeing that immediately come into play.
Drew is in it.
So excited to grab this.
Let's see if there's any change in his speed or pace or
Sycamore.
his actions.
Yeah, he could actually win this game, and if he had conceded game 2 earlier,
Yeah.
he would have had more time.
See, you can see, there's no way I could commentate and keep up with how fast Hunter's going. I mean, he's going 100 miles an hour.
Lets him know I'm taking this prize.
Because, I mean, he played like Enhanced Hammer, he played Nest Ball, he played so much stuff.
Maybe it's John who would prefer the tie.
And John knows he's in a super, super bad position. There's virtually no way he can win this because of how well Hunter is set up and with the Garatina promo. And he just doesn't have anything going.
Not looking good. for him.
John's still going fairly quick. He knows that if he hits Frogadier and Water, he has a chance.
See what happens with this.
Notice he's drawing his cards out differently
He cannot find
than what you saw when he Sycamored. I don't know if y'all caught that or
Prize
not.
issue. Not looking good for John.
Watch how he draws his cards out. See? Takes a little more time.
Got an Espeon, a Staryu.
Rather than just quickly grabbing it off the top.
There might be some sort of
Little things like that you have to catch.
Prize issue.
Because he wasn't doing that in game 1 or game 2.
He's gonna break
Alright, now, okay. Should I Brooklet Hill or not? Okay, let's Brooklet Hill.
There's one.
There's Froakie.
Do we know if he has an energy in his hand?
I think he does.
Okay. If he has
Let's
energy,
check discards.
he gets an Ultra Ball
Let's
for
check
Frogadier. Water
his.
Dupe.
Oh, over at Brooklet Hill.
That's very true.
Why do we need to search his
So he shuffled.
discard pile
Might be going
to grab Froakie?
He wants to take the time.
Yeah, no prize came this time.
Stick
guys.
quickly
Again, we're on
taps.
a
Let's
little
get
bit
this
of a low
going.
stream.
Quickly tap. I'm in a good spot. I'm going to win. Oh, did you catch that? Did y'all catch that? Excuse me. So let's bump it back a bit. Brooklet Hill, we're shuffling.
Might be going back in there. He wants to take
I need to start watching this
Yeah,
counter too because,
Do we know if he has an energy in his
alright,
hand?
I think he does.
Okay.
I wanna
If he has
count.
energy, he gets an Ultra Ball
Search
for
and
Frogadier
discard.
And then Water Dupe.
from the time he does Brooklet Hill, how long was it?
Find these Froakies. There might be some sort of
Prized issue. 2 of them are prized or something.
there's an Ultra Ball in his hand. So he can
He's gonna Brooklet Hill.
Brooklet Hill. So at there's 6 minutes and 52 seconds left of the round.
so he can get
6 minutes and 52 seconds. So
if they're in there. There's one.
we are at
Do we know if he has an energy in his hand?
42 seconds. So he's already spent 10 seconds to search for a Froakie. Okay? We're at 6:42 on the clock.
Okay. So he has energy.
And I'm going to pause it once he grabs the Froakie and puts it on the
and then
bench.
Water Dupe.
Yep. That's very true.
Right there. 6:33. So it took him 19 seconds to perform that action. So at this point, there's no red flags at this point. Not yet. Not yet till this next action right here. So let's shuffle it up.
So he's shuffling up. Might be going back in there. He wants to take
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
No
Tap.
problem
Let's
time,
do
guys.
this.
Again, we're on a little
Oh.
bit of a budget stream. Plan on doing this every year.
I have an Eva soda. And you see Hunter's hand. Like, what? Why did you just shuffle? If you knew you had Eva soda in your hand. You can see his hand gesture. Like, why did you shuffle and you have Eva soda? Off the Brooklet Hill. Now, we saw in game 2, he was willing to play 2 Eva sodas right in a row and not shuffle. But this time,
You guys,
we want to shuffle after the Brooklet Hill and then Eva soda.
That was a good.
So,
we can improve it every single year.
Yeah, no, I think that
keep noticing too,
you
his left arm,
and then you kind of like
he'll turn
stream
and specifically catch a glance of his watch.
Stuff going into it to
Be watching for that too.
Lots of positive feedback so far.
Okay, so water duplicates. Once again, we shuffled, knowing that we're going to play water duplicates.
Yeah, no,
Okay?
I think that
So let's rewind.
you
Eva Soda,
really great job.
shuffle. And Hunter's just like, do you have the water energy to do water duplicates or not? Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I just screwed up big time. Where were we? I'm sorry. Here we go. So, we shuffled only to... Let me bump it back just a tiny touch.
Lots of time, lots of effort, lots of stuff going into it.
Okay.
To bring this to you guys.
Touch water. Water duplicates.
So far.
Look at the finger. Like, come on, man.
I contributed.
You just played Eva Soda only to shuffle, touch water. Look, he's going so quick. He's got cards just flying everywhere. He knows he's about to win, and there's nothing John can do. Look, John's not even done shuffling his deck, and he's already, boom, take a prize. Let's see what John does. Draw a card.
They're flying.
Yeah. The pace, I mean.
John's in a bad spot.
Yeah, next year, if we can.
Okay, he's looking to, okay, Brooklet Hill. He tapped Brooklet Hill, so we're going in. Keep in mind, we saw the Ultra Ball. We saw the Ultra Ball in his hand. So Brooklet Hill, he's allowed 15 seconds per action. Why are we looking at Greninja Break? Let's grab a Froakie or not. Okay, so we failed.
Or sometimes you see cutouts where people will use a mirror.
Oh yeah.
Fail, so let's shuffle. Let's waste another 15 seconds shuffling.
Plexiglass and stuff, like
Okay.
all sorts of stuff.
Oh, did you see that?
Players trying to take prizes.
Did you see that little check of the clock there? Did y'all catch that? Watch when he puts the deck down to Hunter.
Plexiglass and stuff, like
Watch his left arm. Watch where. Oh, look. Ooh, there it is.
So both players trying to take prizes
Oh.
as fast as they can. And
Oh, man, I had Ultra Ball in my hand.
honestly.
That's what he's trying to tell. That's the kind of BS he's telling Hunter right now. Oh, man, I have Ultra Ball.
the same thing.
15 seconds. Should I play it? Yeah, let me play it.
Max Elixir as well.
Alright, playing Ultra Ball. And Hunter's just like,
Not this time.
WTF.
Nice try, Twitch chat.
You
We
play
had this happen
Brooklet, you
yesterday.
fail it.
No double attach here.
You know you have Ultra Ball, but yet you take 15 seconds to shuffle, and you glance at your watch. And now you're playing Ultra Ball.
11, because right now a large portion of the judges are doing deck checks.
Now let me stop this for a second. There is nothing that John is doing wrong. He is playing exactly how you're supposed to, how it's written on the cards. After Brooklet Hill, you're supposed to shuffle. After Eva Soda, you're supposed to shuffle. After Ultra Ball, you're supposed to shuffle. But here's the thing. He's performing unnecessary actions, and he's not progressing the board state. What I mean by that is by taking 15 seconds to search for with Brooklet, only to fail it, and rather than saying, I'm going back in, play the Ultra Ball, get your Pokemon, attach energy or whatever you need to do, play supporter, he's shuffling in between every single move. And all this does is eat up the clock. You already saw him glance and touch his watch, so he knows exactly how many minutes are in this round. And he's 6:03 at this point, and Hunter is 7:2. So a tie helps John a lot. So he doesn't want a loss, because right now he's at 18, 19, 20, 21 points, and Hunter's at 21 points. So they both would go to 22 points if they tie. And right now, John knows that there's no way he's winning this. There's no energy in sight. Garatina promo is on the table. He's in a bad way. So let's see. All right, Cynthia. Are you effing kidding me? So we Brooklet Hill, fail, shuffle. We Ultra Ball and grab Greninja, shuffle. And we have Cynthia, so let's play Cynthia and shuffle. So that was 2 extra shuffling. The extra shuffle after Brooklet Hill and the extra shuffle after Ultra Ball, when he was going to shuffle all this anyways after playing Cynthia. Okay? So at this point, Hunter needs to have the judge over here watching this crap, this garbage, and shutting it down. Drawing the cards out like that now. Not like game 1 or game 2. Game 1 or game 2, we were just peeling them off the top. Peeling it like it was a freaking apple. Check and discard. Should I play Rescue Searcher? Let's check the discard. There it is. Let's shuffle that. Let's shuffle that. Okay, let's shuffle those in. We're shuffling our deck in. Keep in mind, this is the 4th shuffle this turn. 4th. The Brooklet Hill, the Ultra Ball, Cynthia, now Rescue Stretcher. And he has another Ultra Ball. If he plays this Ultra Ball, I would lose my... There it is. 5th shuffle. 5th shuffle, folks. 5th! He shuffled 5 times. Why are we looking at those 2 when we're supposed to be shuffling our deck? There we go.
But again, the time is approximate, so...
Got our Greninja shuffling for the 5th time.
But we'll
5th time.
As best we can to start it. But we do not
And Hunter's not even bothering to tap it at this point.
When the judge clicks the button to start, that is not when necessarily we hit the button to start the timer.
He knows what's going on.
Yeah, we're kind of just approximating the timer.
Moonlight Slash for 80.
They yell start, we hit go.
Guzma
Guzma up, the Frogadier.
pulling up, fresh Hoopa, taking a knockout. Do I want to play anything? I don't need to play anything. Just knockout. Boom. Your turn. Waste more time. At this point, it's John still has 6 prizes. Hunter has 3. So at this point, okay, Brooklet Hill. We're playing Brooklet Hill. We see the Froakie and we're searching for... Okay, we're lining up a start. Now, at this point, a judge is over here talking to him, saying, you are slow playing. And Johnny is like, no, I'm not slow playing. You see how fast I'm going. And that's another thing. Let me go back. He's very deceiving with how fast he goes. Look at this. You see how fast he's shuffling? See that? That is very, very deceiving and deceptive. Look at that. How fast he fidgets and does all that crap. Let me rewind it back further.
Yeah, both of them to win this game, honestly.
Okay. All this, the erratic hand movement. It's to deceive people that he's actually going faster than he is. Okay? Look how fast he's searching.
He's good, guys. Not this time. Nice try, Twitch chat.
He's still taking 15 seconds. Whether you actually look slowly at each card or whether you speed through it 2 or 3 times, you still use the same amount of time, but you can manipulate the situation by how fast you move your hands and fingers. See how he quickly, he sets the Cynthia and then he quickly moves it to the discard. That's a mind game to make you think he's going faster than he actually is.
It's actually a good one. Going back and forth.
But I think I'm going to turn, even the commentators,
trying to execute their game plan.
I don't know if you can hear it too well.
John, having a Greninja break, has some water energies, but can't water shuriken.
They even call him out on this, on the commentating, the casting.
Yeah, man, this is rough. 3 minutes left. I'm just kind of waiting to see if Hunter can manage to close it out in 3 minutes, honestly, is what we're looking for here.
Yep. You see the rest of your stretcher, we're going to shuffle in an entire Greninja line. I want it all back.
Yeah, but he isn't playing slow. He's definitely doing all of his actions in the appropriate amount
See,
of time.
he's not playing slow, but he's playing
Really,
unnecessary actions
really slow
to
player,
not
just definitely
progress
using
the
all
board
of his
state.
actions that
Yes.
he has the ability to use, which, not against the rules.
It is
And concede.
when you don't
So
progress
it's
the
like-
board state.
And again, the time is approximate. So
And-
we
It
hit
might
it
be
in,
slightly off.
yeah, it might be off.
And he's
for a
about
minute or
to
two.
get in trouble.
But we're
I'm
trying
gonna
to
fast
best-
forward.
It's like within his sights the win.
Right?
Doing nothing.
Once he Brooklet Hills, the
He's not
judge
checking
comes
everything
over.
down, so like as well, it's a 2 prize liability.
Yeah, but he can't really like one shot it, so he's gonna probably try to pick off these smaller basics.
See, right here the judge is coming over to figure out what's going on with this. Right
I
here.
see him going for a Staryu. Not sure what's going on here.
So this is his third time in this tournament, this event,
And
to do this crap.
Hunter's also going to have the +3
And
to work with. So
the long and the short of it, what ends up happening, look,
They're discussing
Hunter's
everything.
telling him, he's shuffling.
Taking up their time.
Brooklet Hill,
Yeah,
fail,
sure.
shuffle. Eva Soda, shuffle. Ultra Ball, shuffle. And John right now is saying, look, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to that the card says, and that's fine. But you're not progressing the board state. If you're playing Brooklet Hill only to take 15 seconds to look through it and to fail it, shuffle, play Eva Soda or Ultra Ball,
I
shuffle,
think there might have been a judge.
knowing you're going to play Cynthia, and then shuffle,
So John keeps pointing to his discard.
and then play Rescue Stretcher, shuffle, then Ultra Ball, shuffle. I mean, he shuffled his deck 5 times for
I think one of
4 of them, 4 times for no reason. The only time he should have shuffled
probably had
was for the Cynthia.
potential slow play things.
And
Possible, although
it's just crap.
It's technically not
You know, he's supposed to be
wrong outside.
this up-and-comer, first-year master, awesome player, and he's doing this crap. So, I don't know. If I was Hunter, I'd be pissed, and I think Hunter handled the situation. What ended up happening was John had to take a prize penalty. So Hunter took the the prize penalty, and basically at that point, John said, "Well, if you give him a prize now, there's no way I can win." And so he ends up conceding to Hunter. And it's probably more of his guilt for actually slow playing Hunter and getting caught, the reason why he conceded. Because he really thought he would get away with this. When you see him in game 1 and game 2 performing these same actions, but only shuffling once rather than 5 times, you can't do that. You have to be consistent. If you shuffle after every single action, then you need to do that through game 1, game 2, and game 3. You cannot do it when it benefits you. And right now, a tie is the best thing that could happen to John, and so he tried to manipulate the rules and the game to work to his advantage, and luckily the casters might have said something to the judges, or the judges might have seen the stream, or maybe some other players are like, look at what he's doing, just watch. And maybe a combination with Hunter calling the judge over to see what's going on, to witness it. So definitely props to Hunter. And my best advice to you, if you're Hunter and you have a John Ing sitting across from you doing this crap, your best bet is to immediately call the judge. Don't wait till he's already done this for like 2 or 3 turns. If you see what he's doing on like the first turn, immediately call the judge and just say, "Sir, could you make sure that we're keeping pace? Can you make sure that we're, not falling behind play-wise? And at that point, the judge will stick around and watch, and it may get better or it may stay the same. And if it stays the same, then you can bring it up again. Judge, I feel like we're not keeping pace. So if you could you just hang here and make sure that we are? I'd really appreciate it. And if that doesn't work, then chain of command. Go to the head judge and explain the situation that, hey, look at my board state, look at my opponents. He's performing all these unnecessary actions to not progress the board state. Can we reconcile this? Can we, get this moving? Can we get this game finished here? And, and it's possible they could award extra time because of stuff like that, or a prize penalty. And I think the main issue with this was his third time to do this in this event. And I don't know what it is about Greninja. I've played the deck. I absolutely hate it. But you now have two good Greninja players who happen to be best friends cheating with the same deck. Michael Long and John Ing. And, I don't know what the deal is, but it seems like almost at every regional now there's an issue of someone manipulating the rules or cheating or what have you, getting either banned or disqualified or penalized. So, I don't know, folks. Everyone, there was a situation last week, and I won't get into it, but with this same player, with John and another Pokemon player, about how John was drawing out his cards, and there was question if he was putting he played Sycamore and drew out 7, and there was some question, or he drew out 8 off of a Sycamore, and so there was a question whether he actually put the 8th card drawn back on top of his deck, or maybe it was the 3rd, 4th, or 5th card. It was never clear. The judge ruled on that, but I think honestly John's opponent didn't speak very good English, so John probably just manipulated that to the judge. I don't know for sure. I'm guessing. Where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So, my advice, if you play John, keep a super close eagle eye on him. Watch every move. Watch for all these actions with no progression. And hopefully it doesn't happen to you. So, until then, till the next time, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.